The Attorney General is an elected constitutional officer and is our chief prosecutor for the state of Wisconsin. There are county prosecutors that you know if you're from Wisconsin in each county, and you'll hear John Chisholm's name mentioned tonight. He's the Milwaukee County District Attorney. But Josh Call is the Attorney General of the entire state. And the Attorney General's office has a number of obligations. They oversee statewide consumer issues and big criminal investigations. They get involved in some of the police misconduct cases. But in this particular area, the Attorney General has jurisdiction all over the state. So he's not confined, his office is not confined to a county or a city. And he has decided to start this massive investigation. It's a little different than a grand jury because there aren't going to be witnesses having to come and testify. And at least at this point, you know, and I suspect in part he's going to wait to see how he's going to proceed on the investigation after he sees what kind of response there is. Because he has encouraged, as Aaron indicated, he has encouraged all sorts of people to report, not just survivors and their family members, but other people who worked in the church, whistleblowers, other community members. And he really is trying to toss a very wide net for any prior sexual assault by religious leaders. And so I think, you know, in part, he doesn't quite know what he's going to get. And because at that point, there's going to have to be some investigation. I know that one of the first things they'll look at, and we'll talk more about this, but is whether the statute of limitations is run on the cases. Because if the statute of limitations has not run, then they ought to proceed and look at it in terms of a prosecution, a criminal prosecution against potentially the abuser, potentially the archdiocese or the church, the religious institution, or whatever else, whoever else may have been involved in it. And so those that may take their own active role, the rest of it, he's going to file a report and do an evaluation. And I suspect going to make some strong recommendations. And I know he cares particularly, as Aaron indicated, about survivors and interested in trying to find support for survivors.